hacer.
Yo fui uno de los nombrados a la colectividad del Gran Metro. Y estando en el metro, en la colectividad, es cuando hubo una reunión general del transporte y me nombraron secretario. Y ahí empezó. Y yo era albañil que conocía poco el transporte, pero nos poníamos al corriente pronto de eso. Las circunstancias nos obligaban.
Se organizó una comisión que se titulaba Administración y Control de la Propiedad Urbana, que estaba compuesta de 3 elementos de la Generalidad, 3 de la CNT y 3 de la UGT. Y de los 3 de la CNT yo era un vocal, yo era uno. Entonces la propiedad no quedó abolida, pero quedó incautada. Los propietarios no tenían derecho a administrar sus fincas, tenían derecho a formar parte de la administración de esta comisión.
Los anarquistas podían hacerse los dueños de Barcelona y de Cataluña y no quisieron hacerlo. Y entonces vino la colaboración entre unos y otros. Y entonces, como los más fuertes éramos nosotros, la cuestión de enseñanza, pues se buscó a uno de los nuestros, al profesor Puigdemont, y él se ocupó de redactar con otros y demás, pero siempre dirigido por él, la Constitución del Cero.
El Consejo de la Escuela Nueva Unificada nace con el objetivo de promover una escuela única, gratuita y laica en lengua catalana. La revolución crea también servicios de asistencia y provisión inexistentes hasta entonces, que cubren gratuitamente la sanidad, las bajas temporales, la invalidez y la jubilación. Se lucha contra el paro aumentando los puestos de trabajo o contratando nuevos trabajadores, aunque no sean necesarios, para repartir el trabajo entre todos. Las pequeñas empresas y talleres se agrupan, se unifican compañías eléctricas. El entramado es complejo, pero implica a todos.
Discutía no tú que serás, yo que seré, sino cómo mejorar la producción, cómo el trabajo organizarlo mejor, cómo quitar intermediario entre una acción y otra, porque claro, una fábrica es compleja.
Tienes que ser consciente de que trabajas para ti, entonces, que no mantienes a ningún patrón, a un trabajo.
These revolutionary changes were taking place throughout Republican Spain. Led by improvised military commanders like Buenaventura Durruti, the militia columns pushed their way towards the front. Young laborers rushed to join the militia. As the columns advanced, they spread the revolution. The ancient dream of a collective society without profit or property was made reality in the villages of Aragon. In many places, money itself was abolished. All forms of production were owned by the community, run by their workers. These collectives formed an independent anarchist area within the Republic. The Council of Aragon coordinated their activities. Mas de las Matas was one of the many Aragonese villages collectivized in the summer of 1936. For the villagers, the experience has now become a well-remembered legend. These 3 men were among the young local anarchists who abolished private property in Mas de las Matas. Benigno Castañer was a carpenter.
We built a sufficiently large workshop on the outskirts of the village, and all the carpenters went to work there. They appointed a delegate to represent them at the collectivization committee. The same was done for the bricklayers, the barbers, the blacksmiths, for every trade. The tailors also.
Well, all the barbers had joined the collective voluntarily. They were all in it voluntarily, weren't they? A large shop was found for them, and the 3 or 4 barbers in the village all brought along their tools and their chairs, and they all worked there for free.
And most of their work was done when the peasants came back from the fields in the evening. This also caused some problems because some people would say, look at those lazy barbers. They spend the whole day walking around doing nothing. So we had to explain to everybody that they worked until 10 p.m. so that everybody could be served. Some people just didn't realize how late the barbers had to work. Well, this is one of those minor inconveniences. Money was abolished, and we created what we called the family card, with all the members of the family, and everything that wasn't produced here was allotted according to the numbers in each family. For example, sugar, rice, even meat, 100 grams per person per day. And it was the same for everybody. There were no preferences. Everybody ate as much as they wanted of the local produce. So money for use in the village was completely abolished.
The first problem was that because everything was free, coffee, tobacco, this was a problem. Everything was free, so everybody wanted to drink coffee, everybody wanted to smoke, and so on. So this is something that had to be corrected, and that's when we started rationing cigarettes.
No, tobacco was rationed, but we never denied anybody his cigarettes. This was a contradiction for us because we were against all vices, and yet we were well aware that by handing out free cigarettes we encouraged people to smoke, but we couldn't deny them to anybody.
For the anarchist peasants in Masterless Matters and in other villages, collectivization brought instant benefits. The profit motive had disappeared. Everyone now worked only for the community.
For men, things hadn't changed all that much. Our lives, however, had really changed. Women took men's places not only in factories, not only as a workforce, not only in the war industry. It was all women. At that time, to be a woman and to be young was the ultimate.
The revolution brought women instant and radical changes. Abortion was soon made available on demand. Initially, women went to the front to fight and die in the trenches. For Spanish feminists, prostitution was a relic of capitalist exploitation, to be abolished. They set up schools to re-educate prostitutes. Revolutionary vice squads cleaned up the red light district of Barcelona. But it wasn't easy to change old habits overnight.
At the union there were arguments. We've heard that you shut the brothels. Where will people go now? The others would reply, they can find a girlfriend or get married. That can't be done overnight, they'd say. You could have shut 2 brothels today, another 2 tomorrow, so that people could get used to the idea. The same with the taverns. What about the waiters? What will they do for a living? Teach them another trade. Where? You see, there were those we called the pragmatists, the realists who could see the revolution wasn't easy. But then there were the moralists, those who gave the Spanish Revolution the healthy air it had.
Anarchists disapproved of marriage, believing that couples should unite or part freely, without any license from church or state. Young revolutionaries happily adopted their advice, but many mothers were appalled by free love.
Some mothers even came to the union to speak with people they considered apostles of free love. Look, my daughter has left home without telling me. She's living somewhere with someone. We'd say, we're all in favor of it. Yes, but that boy will leave, and we don't even know his name. Well, anyway, the union decided this had to be legalized somehow. So they invented what they called revolutionary weddings.